Just north of the Delaware Expressway and east of Broad Street, we find ourselves at Lincoln Financial Field in South Philly. Just a short time ago, these Philly fans in full roar as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. Pyrotechnics ablaze. They're set to go as their Eagles will match up with the Detroit Lions. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, you take a look at the Eagles. They know coming in they've got to be at their best because they're facing one of the better overall defenses in the NFL.
And this is not one of the better offenses around in terms of running the football. So they understand that they're going to be put to the test a bit. The big plays in the run game, they haven't been there of late. So maybe that means we'll see them shake things up a little bit. Some RPOs, some touch passes, some draw plays, anything to try and gain a little bit of momentum.
Fall is in the air and the NFL season is in full swing, and we're underway here in Week 4. On the return, it's McBride. And look at this. Right away, a loose football. So now here comes the Eagles offense as they get ready to take over. And they'll be let out by the guy under center, Charles, their quarterback.
And it would be interesting to see pretty early in this one exactly where his head is, because the best quarterback shake-off performances like he had last week. Way too many interceptions. Didn't throw a touchdown pass. Team lost the game. Let's see if he can bounce back and get things going in the right direction.
He'll be trying to forget those 3 picks, as you noted. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. He'll drop to throw. Finding a safety valve here. That's complete. And he'll be out of bounds near the 30. In fact, right on the 30. Now a handoff as they run left side. And this time they were ready for him as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Part of their struggles last week was getting these negative plays on 1st and 2nd down. That's something they have to be wary of as this game continues.
Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss. Now a handoff here to his running back. And room to run as he's up past the 35-yard line. They'll drop to throw. And this is going to be incomplete. The Eagles send out their punter now. As the first drive of the game stalls out, he's on to punt. He punted 4 times in the loss last week as he gets this one away here. And he couldn't get it to check up. That kicks all the way into the end zone for a touchback. So here are the Lions now as they get set for their opening drive. And trotting out there, their tall quarterbacks standing at 6'5".
And I think it's safe to say that, and I heard him say it in the post-game press conference, that was a team win last week because he didn't really play up to his normal standards, throwing 2 interceptions.
No touchdown.
Yeah, didn't offset it at all, but the team found a way to get it done.
And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. No gain there on the completion, 2nd and 10.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or 2 miss, but that window closed quickly. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. He finds his man, complete. It's Banks. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. Pretty solid start for the rookie here on this first drive, Charles.
Able to have some confidence, stepping back into the pocket, move around a little bit, find open receivers, and deliver. That just means his confidence is going to continue to grow because he's getting more and more comfortable with each completed pass.
The numbers for him from a week ago: 24 carries, 101 yards.
How about the first month of the season for him? He leads the league in rushing, so you know his confidence is at an all-time high, which means his offensive line loves it too. They'll get more opportunities to run block for him.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. They'll look to throw. Eagle pressure, too much this time. Down he goes. That winds up pushing him back 11 yards on the sack. And that'll bring up 3rd. And some secondary help here for the defense in the nickel on 3rd and long. They'll set up a throw. And pressure coming, and they got him once again. It'll be a loss of 8 on the sack, and it's going to lead him to 4th down. Now make that a 2nd sack here on their first drive out defensively, and not to get ahead of ourselves, but they're on pace for double-digit sacks at this point.
Well, they're going to have to find a way to tamp that down, aren't they? So if you're the play caller, you're telling your quarterback maybe some screens, maybe some draws, hard count, use your voice inflection a little bit, anything to try and slow that pressure down.
Here comes the Lions punter now, as he's on to punt for the first time tonight. And the win last week punted 4 times as this one's away. They'll net only 35 here following a 43-yard boot, 8-yard return. And the Eagles will have it, taking over 1st and 10. So back onto the field, here come the Eagles for their 2nd drive. And hoping to do better than they did their last possession when they punted the football.
Appeal to the vanity of your offensive line. Tell them that they control your fate. Leverage guys. Win the line of scrimmage. If you do that, you start to win 1st down. You win 2nd down. And guess what? You start accumulating 1st downs. And that's what they need in order to not punt the ball again.
That's his longest run of the first quarter. And Charles, we talked before the game about them needing to establish the run game. They'll be looking for more of that.
And they got to the perimeter. So that tells me that that's part of the game plan of what they want to get done today. So they'll have some complementary runs where they'll run it to the inside. But it appears that when they want the big yardage, they think they can get to the outside and make it happen.
Right back to him on 1st down. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. Counting down toward the midway point in quarter 1. 2nd and 9 now. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Hansen. So 3rd and 5, defensively expecting pass. They've got 6 DBs out there. Looking to throw. And oh, he coughed it up. And this is scooped up by the Lions. And his guys will take over at their own 44-yard line.
We have seen this before, and we know coaches preach about this and work on it all the time. Catch the ball. You know there's going to be some traffic somewhere. They've got to put it away and secure it as they try and get downfield.
Back onto the field come the Lions for their 2nd overall drive. They punted last time they had it. What steps, Charles, you think they have to take to make sure they don't do that again?
Well, let's just go to the football 101, the trade expression 101. Win 1st down. Make 5, 6, 7 yards on 1st down and make it a 2nd and 3, 2nd and manageable. Keep accumulating 1st downs that way. Keep moving the football. You don't want to get behind the sticks because then the defense has the advantage.
4 yards remain for 2nd down. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on 1st quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn into a bigger game. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Now back to throw. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And it's picked up by the Eagles. And they take over. They'll set up shop at the 46-yard line. He let one slip away last week as well, so now 2 fumbles lost in as many weeks.
Well, we were out at practice, and we watched him work. And what did his quarterback coach talk about all week?
Being a two-hand monster.
And we looked at each other. Two-hand. Oh, I get it. Two-hand monster. Both hands on the football, taking care of it, putting it away so the ball doesn't get dropped.
And to give this time to the tailback. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Now this defense for the Lions, they were terrific last week in the win over the Rams.
And one of the key things you always look for when you're evaluating a defense is how opportunistic are they? How many takeaways do they get per game? And how about last week's game? That number? 6. Absolutely phenomenal performance. They were on top of their game right from the first snap.
And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds.
Partner, this is one of the best routes anyone can have in their offensive playbook. Tough to defend because you think it's a go route, and then he breaks it back on the comeback. There's one other thing you need as well.
A well-thrown ball.
Exactly right. You have a guy who has some precision in throwing the football because of the timing of the route.
The Eagles into the red zone for the first time. They have a 1st and 10 at the 18. Now they try the right side here. And he'll be stopped after a gain of only a couple down to the 15-yard line. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Back to throw. He finds his man, complete. That's Palmer. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down. He'll look to throw. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. Well, the offense is not leaving the field. They're going to stay out and go for it on 4th and 3. They'll try and run for it. And he picks up the first as he's able to take it down to the 7-yard line.
So 1st and goal now from the 7-yard line. Jet sweep. Here comes Marshall.
And he goes backwards on this one. Losing yardage to the 7. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down.
Well, as a wideout, when you take that handoff and you're coming around the edge, you're expecting to see nothing but empty space in front of you. But if not...
Well, things can go south in a hurry, and that's exactly what we saw on that play with a loss.
Now from the 7, here's 2nd and goal. Back to throw here. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. This will be play number 8 on the drive. It's 3rd and goal. They'll look to throw here. He's got it. Touchdown, Eagles. A great effort there. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Eagles have taken the early lead.
For good reason, quarterbacks want to get the ball to the perimeter to their wide receivers for big plays. But in this situation, it felt like, based on coverage, he knew that he wanted his tight end to have the football, and for good reason.
Now the try here for the point after. He's got it, and the Eagles lead at 7-zip. That time a 9-play drive, and it was capped off by an Eagles touchdown. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
And this will be a touchback, so they'll bring it out to the 25.
Now here's the signal caller getting ready to lead this offense again. And maybe he's starting to wave the white flag a little bit. He's playing pretty well, but the pressure, it's got to it.
Has to find a way to step around it, step through it, or just handle it. Because as you mentioned, he's having a pretty good day overall. Just the hits keep coming and taking those sacks. That's not the way that they want to finish a ball game with a quarterback on the ground so much.
He'd like to stay upright. When he's been upright, he's been pretty good. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35.
Partner, it's a lot of fun watching the NFL now, isn't it? Because when the big fella runs routes, it used to be when we were kids, he'd run about 3 different routes, and that was it. Now he can run anything and catch the balls we just saw there.
And he stopped immediately there. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down. And he'll give it here to his running back. And that one goes for about 6 as he's taken down just shy of the 45. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. The Lions with the football here to begin the second quarter, as they've got it with a third down coming up. They'll set up to throw. Looking left side, it's complete. He's got it. And he is going to have a Lions first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. First down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And he'll take this one down to about the 40. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. They're going to look to throw. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Banks. And he has another first down as they'll get the ball down to the Eagles' 27-yard line. And to give this time to the tailback. And only a yard this time as he's taken down right around the 26.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
And he's going to be taken down with a marker on the field. So let's see about the call. Now they face a 2nd and long following the holding penalty. He'll look to throw. Going right side here, and that's complete. Pitch and catch there, good for 13. And they're going to have a third down. From the gun, he'll hand this off. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. He needed 2, he got 1, and that's going to leave him with 4th down and a yard.
Well, they picked up a portion of it, but not all that they needed. Now that leads to a decision on 4th and 1. Let's see what they decide to do.
Now the Lions, they send out the field goal unit here. From the right hash, it's a 35-yard attempt. And the 12-year veteran knocks it right through. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So they do get 3 points, but that's now 3 drives with only the 3 points, not a ratio that's going to win you many ball games.
Not at all, Brandon. And think about it this way. We all know payoff is the key, right? And wouldn't we love to have the concession on every T-shirt that's been printed in football that says finish on it? Because that's the mantra everywhere. Got to be able to finish drives, put points on the board.
Here's the Philadelphia offensive unit now as they head out to take over possession. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline. Because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. And the Lions pressure too strong. Down he goes. The sack recorded. It's a loss of 5, and now it's 2nd down.
I spent a lot of extra time preparing for this game, watching this offensive line, because they gave up 5 sacks last week in their loss. They just gave up another one now. They don't seem to be working together as a cohesive unit. Right? 4 guys might have it right, but the 5th guy is giving something up. They've got to find a way to all get on the same page.
Got to assume this defense will be charging again here. It's 2nd and 15. He's going to launch this thing way downfield.
Well, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted.
Picked off at the 47. Then his guys are going to take over at their own 48-yard line.
And, Charles, that's now 4 interceptions over his last 3 halves of football, because, remember, he threw 3 picks last week.
Starting to wonder if maybe defenses and those coordinators have identified something on tape with what he's doing. Maybe a movement, maybe the way he's moving his shoulders. Who knows what it could be? He could have a few tells out there that they're keying in on and allowing defenses to get to the football a little bit faster. People steal signals. Maybe sometimes they can figure out what the quarterback's doing just by his movements.
Pressure comes, and down he goes. They'll wind up losing 8 on the sack there, and it's 2nd down.
So that now 4 first-half sacks. This pass rush has been unrelenting.
And, partner, you hear that sound of paper being ripped to shreds? That's the game plan that they've had so far, because they've got to say to themselves right now, we have to do something differently.
Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Under pressure, they got him again. They'll wind up losing 10 on the sack, and it'll lead to a 3rd and long.
Well, Charles, this has been something to watch so far. This is where you really feel for a quarterback. He's been running for his life in this first half.
Brandon, that's 5 sacks already, so you know he's got to be saying, can we get some more guys in here to block, please? Because if we don't, we're going to need another quarterback.
The Lions on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and a mile. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 39. And his crew will take over with football at the 35-yard line. 3rd and long that time. He was trying to make something happen, but a little too risky.
Well, the field tilted on him. And what I mean by that is what you said. 3rd and long. Got to push it downfield to try and pick up the first down. Defensive backs live for this situation. And they took advantage of the young man right there.
There he is, the man taking the snaps under center, heading out for the next possession. And what do you think's going through his head right now? Your team's winning, but you're not having your best game. It probably affects you even when your team is up.
You don't want anyone else to know it, but I think you're right. It bothers a quarterback because they always want to be the one to lead their team to victory with their play as well as their words. And in this case, he's got something he can fall back on. He's contributed, yet at the same time he's thrown an interception. Got to remember the bottom line, though. They're winning. So he knows if he plays better, they might be winning by more.
And it's only the 2nd quarter, so he's got some time. And he gets it down a yard or 2 shy of the 30 before he's out of bounds. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead. Throwing the out route, incomplete. It's Palmer. They'll look to throw now on 1st down. And he's going to be taken down here. A sack back at the 32. They overload him that time on the safety blitz, and he winds up being dropped for a loss of 7.
How about that? One of the so-called little guys putting the pressure on. That was the strong safety. When I was in college, we often called that a lightning blitz.
A hole to dig out of here. 2nd and 17.
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw.
And this throw a bit late as he couldn't reach back for it.
The Eagles on third down, 2 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 17.
From the gun, they'll try to run it.
And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. It's a loss of a full 3 yards, and it brings up 4th down.
This defense has really flown around in the first half. They've gotten to the ball carrier before they can really get started. Offense got to come up with something else in order to try and get this running game going.
So on now the field goal team for Philadelphia. This will be kicked from the 42. It's a 52-yard attempt. And this is good. He got just enough to clear the crossbar as he drops it in from long distance.
So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23.
Out comes this field general once more, leading his offense back onto the field. And boy, Charles, they have to find a way to just get him some time to breathe back there. He's been pressured throughout this game.
And I'll bet in his mind he's thinking the focus shouldn't be on how many times I've gone down. It's where is it happening? Where are the breakdowns up front? He'll never say it publicly because good leaders don't do that. But they've got to figure out what's happening in the offensive line to keep people away from him so he actually has a chance to throw the football, because so far that has not been the case.
5 full sacks against him. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. And he'll work his way across the 30 to the 32. I see an extra defensive back on the field. Little surprise here on 3rd and 1. He finds his man complete. That's Peterson. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45.
Boy, a lot of moving parts on this play, but what a nice design to leak the running back out to the left and send him down the field. And a good job spotting him and hitting him for a big play.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Now this one over the middle into the hands of his tight end, complete. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or two shy of the 30.
That tight end position, it just seems to continue to evolve every year in the NFL.
Yeah, you're getting really terrific athletes. A lot of them maybe were wide receivers at one point. They continue to give you speed, great hands, and big bodies, which make them excellent targets for quarterbacks.
On first down, he'll drop to throw. And he's going to be taken down. Pressure gets there back at the 39-yard line. They'll wind up losing 8 on the sack there, and it's 2nd down.
Well, collectively as a defense, Charles, I think if you get 4 sacks a game, you're feeling really good. Now they have 6 as a unit.
And that type of a number, it's just staggering because there's so many ways to try and counteract it. But in this case, they've got no answers for this unrelenting pressure coming at their quarterback.
Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Meanwhile, the throw here is complete. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down. Throwing the out route, incomplete. It's Banks. And he'll be out of bounds as he gets this down about the 21 or 22. They'll get 10 there, but it leaves him just short for 4th down. And his kick is good. 1:58 left to play till we hit halftime. A reminder coming up just a few minutes from now. We'll send you to Jonathan Coachman and our crew in Orlando. Coach will have a look back at some of the stats and scores from yesterday's action. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback.
Philadelphia's offense ready to go again.
And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted, and we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of.
And under the Lions' pressure, he's brought down. It'll be a loss of 7 on the sack, and it brings up second.
That's 3 sacks now. That's not much of a surprise to me, nor should it be to you. This team, they lead the league in sacks.
Yeah, they do. This is something that we are starting to witness time and time again. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Now a handoff here to his running back. And not a whole lot to speak of there as they'll bring him down shy of the 20. The Lions now going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. Now fair catch is called for and taken at the, we'll call it the 37-yard line. A 40-yard punt, no return, and the Lions will take over. And Detroit getting set to go now. And now with still more than a minute to go in what's been a tight game, you figure we'll try to see them move the ball downfield.
And remember, they get the kickoff to start the second half, so this is a golden opportunity for them to go down there and put up a couple of sixes back-to-back.
And he will be hit from behind and run over. Wow. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack. Offensively, they're going to have to figure this out before next week. 7 sacks in one game.
Yeah, and that's more than any quarterback should have to bear. And if this continues on, there will be another quarterback in the game because no one can stand up to this week after week.
Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing second and a bundle. Under pressure, and they got to him again. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts as the stoppage will come with 23 seconds to go till halftime. Not wanting to risk another sack, they'll play it safe with a run. Now the Eagles will use the second of their timeouts, and they'll indeed stop him on 3rd down. And now what do you want to do with your timeouts? Here comes the Lions punter now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. 46 on his first kick, this one in that neighborhood as well. It'll be a 51-yard punt that time. And control of the football switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run. Now a timeout. 7 seconds left in the first half. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. They'll keep it on the ground again here. And he'll just keep 2 hands on the football as he'll be taken down after a short pickup. So we've come to halftime here in Philly with the Eagles on top. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. We'll get back to you and Charles in a minute. But first, time to give the folks at home a look at what's going on around the NFL. From there, let's head off and check out a second game. And they were losers in that one.
All right, folks, eager to get back to this Week 4 matchup. We won't put up a fight. All right, Coach, thanks. Yeah, both teams likely to make some changes in what's been a closely fought battle to this point. And we will not have a run back here as the second half starts with a touchback. And the Lions getting set to go on offense to start the third.
And they trail here to begin the second half. What's going to be a key for them to get back in the game?
I think they're right there, and I think this game is still up for the taking for them because we always talk about turnovers. They had 2 of them in the first half, and once you start talking about if you have 3, 4, or 5, you know it's beyond difficult to try and win a football game with that. Those have to be eliminated. If they take care of the ball, they've still got a shot.
And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's second down. And this will wind up a Lions first down as the tackle made at the 35-yard line.
The more football I watch, the more I want to check and see if teams are going to panic when they're down on the scoreboard. And this team has shown no signs of doing that. A lot of the time, they come out after the half. Things haven't worked so well in the first go-around. They want to throw the football like crazy. But the way to open up throwing the ball is to run it. And they've run it well here to start the second half.
Back to throw now on first down. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. 7 yards, the pickup there. Now a handoff looking right. And he'll only get a yard to bring up 3rd and 1.
I have to think a major focus of the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secured before they slide off and try and chip someone at the second level. Caught that look from you there, partner. I think we're on the same page on that one. Just his first catch. I think we both thought he'd be a little more active in the passing game. Let's see if that's the start of them trying to get the ball to him a little bit more here in the second half.
So after 2 first downs, they get another here. 1st and 10 at the 45. From the gun, it's a give to Peterson. And across the midfield stripe into Eagle territory. Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2. Charles, when you talk about free safeties, I think one word comes to mind, range. And we saw an example of a rangy free safety right there. 8 yards the tally on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 2. Going to give this time to the tailback. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down. And it's been like this all night long. Nowhere to run as they stop it behind the line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
I think it's pretty evident. We can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. Now they contend with a 2nd and 12 after the loss. The give to Peterson out of the gun. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. 3rd down, now even tougher. 3rd and 13 after that loss of a yard.
This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
So 1st and 2nd down with the wrong direction. They'll try to do better here on 3rd and 13. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Past the 20. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. A big play that time through the air. 34 yards. Hey, you need a big play? Go to your big play guy.
Listen, that's football 101. When you have to have it, you expect that guy to step up. A lot of people call these receivers divas. Sometimes just leadership when they get in the huddle and say, get me the ball. I'm about to make a big play.
So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. On the throw, let him too much that time. It's incomplete. They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. Now
Tries a look for the end zone, but that one's going to wind up incomplete. And this one is right through. And that gets him back within a single point. It's now 10-9. So a decent drive there to start the third quarter. They only salvaged 3 out of it, but they inch a bit closer.
Yeah, but still lots of time to go in this one. That's why you hear that clapping on the sidelines, right? Hey, got some points. As you said, inching their way back.
And all deep in his own territory. He coughs up the football. And into the end zone. A scoop and score on the fumble return for the Detroit touchdown. But that's got to be so disappointing for a defense. You force the fumble, think you got a chance at a turnover, and instead, not only do you give up the football, you also give up a touchdown as well.
Yeah, you just think to yourself, you've done all the hard work, right? You forced the fumble, but when they didn't come up with it, I think they relaxed a little bit or maybe lost their focus as well, and it ended up turning out to be a touchdown against them.
They'll try and throw for it. And he's going to be taken down. It's a sack. And they fail on the try for 2. Well, they had the big play on the fumble return. They were looking for the 1-2 punch, but they couldn't get that 2-point conversion.
And I have to wonder, were they scheduled to go ahead and kick the extra point? But after a play like that, you talk about the 1-2 punch, right? It's a momentum play. Go for 2 and really try to capitalize, and that's what they attempted.
And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17. Philadelphia's offense ready to give us another look. So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. And now here's a carry heading left. And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6.
Brandon, we just saw the benefits of being able to run the ball successfully. They pick up 4 yards on that carry. So now if you're a play caller, you can do just about anything you want. But on the defensive side of the ball, you're scrambling a little bit. Now you're behind trying to figure out, do I need to blitz him? Do I need to pressure him? How do I gain an advantage on this snap? I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. But slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Looking left sideline, incomplete. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Here's a handoff out of the gun. And that'll be good for 8 yards to the 45. And the Lions going with an extra DB here on 3rd down. And they'll run on the inside handoff. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. Just a 1-yard gain on the play, and that'll mean a call to the punt team as it's 4th down.
Another down on the scoreboard, but the urge to go for it is almost irresistible here on 4th and short. Yeah, I know they're on their own side of the field.
I was going to say.
Normally I would say punt the ball away, but I'm feeling it. I say go for it.
The Eagles send out their punter now as he'll come on to kick this one away. And did they keep it in? They did. They kept it in. It's down close to the goal line at the 1-yard line.
You rarely call your punter a weapon, but he certainly was there. How about that? Pinning him down at the 1-yard line and helping out the defense in a big way. I'm telling you what, if I'm a defensive coordinator, I might be thinking safety right now.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And a bit of a daunting task here for this offense as they'll start out at the 1-yard line.
I guess you could easily say there's a whole lot of real estate in front of them if they want to achieve their goal, which is get to the other end zone.
And 99 yards to go if they want to do just that. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he'll get it up to the 12-yard line here.
Let's go. Let's do this. Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they are playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
So a little more space to operate now. 1st and 10 from right around the 12. Hands it off out of the gun. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard line. 46 yards on the ground for him now as he's done that on 15 carries.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on 2nd down and 11. They give it to Peterson. After getting stuffed on 1st down, not much better there. 2-yard gain. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. He finds his man, complete. That's Banks. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. It'll be a gain of 8, but it'll also lead to a 4th down.
A short gain that doesn't get them the 1st down brings up a 4th down situation.
Really nice job defensively. They knew where the sticks were. They got the stop before it. Here comes the Lions punter now as he's on here to punt it away. Averaging 50 yards a boot so far as this one's away. So possession goes over here on the punt. And out will come the offense as they take over. Philadelphia getting set to take the field. And our game's hit a little bit of a lull here, a little bit of a snag. Punts on back-to-back drives.
And old school coaches don't necessarily mind that. Didn't turn it over, right? Didn't create a big play for the other team. Right now what you're looking for is can you gain an advantage in field position? And that's what both teams are seeking right now.
Yeah, they'll be seeking to gain that advantage here on this drive. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. Here's a 2nd and 7. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively. And now it brings up 3rd down. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. The Eagles send out their punter now. He's been terrific so far. And that one hits at the 7, but bounds into the end zone, and that'll be a touchback. Getting set to go again as we look at the back, heading onto the field again. He's had a good 3rd quarter. He likes whatever adjustments were made at halftime, whether those were team adjustments or just him talking to himself.
And whatever that conversation was, it was pretty good because he is running really well here in the 3rd quarter. But I like to think it is a team adjustment. Offensive line, those big escorts of his, they figured out how to block a little bit better. He's found those holes to run through.
He has indeed.
On second down, Peterson. And he'll go down at the 26 following a gain of 6.
Getting had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end. Out of the gun now on third down. Throwing left side here, and it's complete. And he's going to be taken down about a yard shy of the first at the 29. Now, after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. We'll check on his status when we get back. Here comes the Lions punter now, as he's on to punt for the 4th time tonight. He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. They call it 38 yards on the punt, no return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
1 quarter remains here as we wrap up the week on a Monday night. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. And welcome back. We are in the city of brotherly love, Philadelphia. A good gain on first has them set up with second and just a couple of inches now from the 29. Now they try the right side here.
Now that's the way to do it. Hand it to someone with vision and good footwork, and add a little bit of power, and you find a way to pick up first downs.
He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. He'll drop to throw. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done.
And here we are in the 4th quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown.
And now some disagreement down on that sideline. The red flag is out, and we're going to get a challenge. Did he keep those feet in bounds? That's the question they've got to decide. And I got to say, watching it in real time, it was awfully close.
Yeah, it certainly looked like a heck of a catch because he didn't appear to bobble it, which could complicate things. But even with the benefit of replay, that's pretty tight.
Well, here's the call.
Let's go, baby.
So the challenge there does not go their way. This will indeed remain a completed pass. And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down. And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. Going to throw right side here, complete. And it's going to be another first down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 21.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route. Drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. And to give this time to the tailback. And he'll work this forward for about 3 and 2nd down.
They know that old expression, it's not my night. It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
Oh, no, he lost the football. And this is scooped up by the Lions. And they are going to take over right there at the 22-yard line. And they had it there so close to the goal line, a chance to take it across, claim the lead here in the 4th. Boy, that was a big, big mistake.
It really was, and as much as I want to give credit to the defense for making a play, I do tend to agree with you. That mistake, that's a chance to go in and take the lead. I mean, you're in great shape, yet you don't take care of the football. but they'll be going over that like crazy in the upcoming weeks.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Quick hitter here, it's complete. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down. Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
Now here's a throw, it's complete. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's third down. And he'll give it here to his running back. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 58 yards rushing for him now on 17 carries. And I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. Wide open receiver, complete. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or two shy of the 40.
Well, that should be a reminder defensively, and I think it's a reminder to myself because you just can't sell out to stop the run. There's still enough time that this offense can move the football through the air, even on first and second downs, and they obviously picked the right spot to throw the ball there.
They'll look to throw here on first down. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And he's taken down inside the 30. They'll look to throw. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10.
These guys are running offense like you drive. The pedal is down, stomp down. How about that? Back-to-back completions. They are rolling.
So much for being conservative and running that football. From down at the 12, it's first and 10. Back to throw again. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. So now second and 10 after the incompletion on first down. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And he'll go down. Brought down at the 20-yard line. They push him back 8 yards that time on second down.
Enough takes to start to have a good drive. Quite like a big loss on a sack, does it?
Now they're looking at a third and long, and suddenly the momentum shifted to the other side of the football.
And old Mo is a very, very fickle man.
A long way to go here on third down for the 8th play of the drive. Looking to throw. And pressure coming, and they got him once again. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack.
Boy, Charles, that time he took a bad situation and made it worse.
Yeah, you're almost putting together a nice little song there, aren't you? Because it's something you'll see from young quarterbacks. They have that tendency to retreat backwards instead of stepping up in the pocket.
And this is right down the middle as he puts it through. And that'll push the lead up to 8. Now, from a defensive perspective, though, I think maybe they're saying, hey, we did what we needed to do, kept this a one-score game.
Yeah, without a doubt, because they were able to bleed some time off the clock, right? Put themselves in a good position, but it's not out of reach yet, okay? Being able to hold them to a field goal means that they do have a chance to come back and win this game.
And not willing to risk another fumble, he'll sit on this one. It's a touchback. The Eagles just about set to go to work on offense. And remember, despite giving up the field goal, this is still a one-score game. They're in need of the touchdown and a 2-point conversion. A field goal on this drive likely doesn't do them much good.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up second and 11.
Yeah, another negative play in an early down situation. This one to start the drive. You're putting a lot of pressure on your quarterback to bail you out when you're in second and long yardage.
Now a handoff looking right. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27.
The Eagles on third down. Not so hot. 2 for 9 to this point. This is 3rd and 8. They'll drop to throw. And the Lions pressure too strong. Down he goes. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack. A rough couple of weeks for the man under center. 5 sacks last week, 4 now this week. Do you try to design some quicker developing plays if you're an offensive coordinator?
I think you do that. I think you also change his launch point at times. In other words, move your pocket to the right, to the left, roll him out, bootleg him. Do some different things so they can't just rely on the fact that he's going to take 3 to 5 steps back in the pocket and line up and throw the football.
Yeah, current formula is not working right now. So a change of possession here on the punt. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. So here are the Lions to take over. They're on a 3-game winning streak and right now looking good in this one as well. So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 42. Now back to throw. And he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away. They don't get the hook up there, but you really have to marvel at how precise he's been throwing the football these last couple weeks.
Oh, that's the perfect word for it, precise. Because if you're at 70% or better 2 weeks in a row, you have a job as long as you want one in this league, won't you? I mean, let's face it, it's not just West Coast offense either. He's putting the ball downfield as well.
He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down. Throwing the out route and complete. It's Banks. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40.
Another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect them to run the ball in this situation, Brandon, but with this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants, quick outs, things that they consider safe.
From the gun, he'll hand this off. And he's going to get this inside the 30. 68 yards for him on the ground now on 18 carries.
Well, it is our business to analyze what we saw out there on that play. I saw defense staying in base, not taking a chance, not blitzing in a situation where they absolutely need the football back. That's either a case of overthinking it or not thinking it through.
If you do blitz, do you have to be careful about where you're coming from, or are you just coming from all angles?
You have to be careful about where you're coming from, obviously, but at this stage, you have to take a few chances as well.
And he's going to be taken down. Pressure gets there back at the 39-yard line. It looks like a 12-yard loss there on the 1st down sack.
Well, here's where having mobility sometimes can work against you as a quarterback. He thinks he can retreat and outrun the pressure. But that time, they zeroed in on him and took him down for a big loss, partner.
A really big loss. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing 2nd and a bundle. Back to throw. Wide open receiver complete. Touchdown, Detroit. A great play there. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Lions are about to make it 4 straight as they add to this 4th quarter advantage. Starting to really smell a 4-0 start right now. You can't ask for a better 1st quarter of the season than that.
And you're not supposed to look ahead, but guess what?
You're going to?
They have to, because when you get to if you get to 4-0, you're not just thinking playoffs now. You're thinking about, okay, this team has the capabilities of winning a Super Bowl. They could very well be the best team in the NFL at this moment.
I think they played the best. I mean, there have been a few hiccups offensively and defensively, but probably the best team we've seen, right?
And has the ability to get better.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. And out now come the Eagles. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
Well, you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. They'll look to throw here. He finds his man, complete. It's Palmer. And he'll be stopped at the 35, but not before he picks up 7 yards. So the completion good for 7 there. And they'll be faced with a 3rd and inches. On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. He's going to let it fly. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. Well, you won't hear any boos from this home crowd on that call.
No, not at all. And it's been a long day for this crowd waiting for this game. It's been a long evening as well. Finally, they feel they got a call.
Now the pressure gets there, and he goes down just inside the 20 at the 19. He'll look to throw. Sideline throw, it's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes inbounds. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. The field goal doesn't help. They're going to go for the 6 here on 4th and goal. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They had the play call on 4th and goal, but it's dropped in the end zone. And the Lions will take over. Well, they had to take one final shot at the end zone, but now things are looking really bleak.
And I agree with that totally. You had to take the shot if they did score. You know, whether you call it a miracle or not, you line up, onside kick, get the ball back, throw one more in the end zone, who knows? Had to take the chance, he just was unsuccessful.
Pretty nice work defensively there on the first down run as they hold him to a gain of a couple. Now a timeout called for by the defense as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he works it across the 25 before being tackled. Now the Eagles will use the 2nd of their timeouts. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. And they take a knee. The Eagles will take their 3rd and final timeout as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. And they'll indeed take a knee. So 1st and 2nd down went in the wrong direction. They'll try to do better here on 3rd and 13. And the Lions will take the knee here with victory in the cards. And the clock will roll down to zeros. 4 weeks in, 4-0. I don't think anybody needs to alert the 72 Dolphins just yet, but great start to the season.
Great start. How about taking a knee at the end? And there's no better feeling for a team than to do that, to close out a victory. But you're right, at 4-0, they're sending a message to the rest of the league. They're going to be tough to deal with.
So this one's over. It's a win for the Detroit Lions, and it was their defense that really made the statement after the break. They pitched the second half shutout.
Yeah, think about the team that just got vanquished. They did score in the second quarter. Do you think they thought at all that that would be their last points of the game?
No, but what a second half. The adjustment, whatever they did in the locker room, it certainly worked.
It certainly did, and you're exactly right. Whether it was an adjustment, whether it was just more focus on what they planned to do going in, whether they just played better, whatever it was, it all came together in the second half, and no points were allowed. That's a great way to close them out.
So for Detroit, hey, they finish a perfect month of September as they move to 4-0 on the new campaign. And they will head home next week to take on the Minnesota Vikings. Meanwhile, for Philadelphia, they'll drop down to 1-3, and they will try to get back in the swing of things next week on the road.
Look, I played the game, I missed the shot. I had the answer, then forgot. I knew one day my